In just about 24 hours now, Ohio voters will head to the polls ready to cast their ballots on a slew of issues that include two that would give Ohio's largest school district more money with which to work.
We're talking about issues 50 and 51, stirring up a lot of controversy and debate this morning. Joining us, though, this morning is Interim Superintendent Dr. Dan Good from Columbus City Schools. And a good morning to you, sir. This is kind of, a do or die situation for the city schools.
Well, good morning, Angela. Good morning, Jeff. And, we're just doing our best to make certain people know there's a levy on the ballot on tomorrow and that positive change is underway. And this represents a reform package that will give all the students the opportunity they deserve to be successful and meet their potential.
What do you think it'll add if this goes through?
We know for certain that it'll add more early learning opportunities for our preschoolers. It'll add technologies that are needed so that we can take those online tests that the state requires. We know that it'll bring up to speed many of our facilities and certainly increase more in A/B high-performing schools in every neighborhood.
A recent dispatch poll shows voters pretty split on this, 50-50 down the line. You've been through this before when you were at Westerville. So what is it that you want voters to know to maybe get over that hump as they approach the vote tomorrow?
Angela, we've been working very, very hard to restore the trust of this community. We've been more efficient and as a result have a greater carryover than we anticipated. So we're being more efficient without compromising effectiveness. We're increasing the trust and confidence of our community by being more transparent.
We got the for side from you. We had to get the against side. We spoke to somebody opposed to this bond and levy proposal. We're going to take a listen to that right now.
The school doesn't need the money. It has a $51 million surplus going into 2014. But I think much more importantly, it's a transformational effort. And it's the wrong transformational effort because it doesn't subscribe to things that the kids really need in the school.
Sam Gresham right there and voicing the opinion. And you'll find some others with this opinion as well. What do you say to them?
Well, this is a reform package and it is transformational. And part of this package represents a commitment from us to reduce $200 million in expenditures over the next 5 years. And already we've demonstrated progress toward that goal.
Part of the issue, too, I think, is that a lot of parents with kids seem to be moving out of the district, so you have a lot of voters who don't have children in the school. So how do you talk to them about why they should vote for this levy?
Indeed, there are some that have moved out, but in fact, our enrollment is up this year, almost 2,000 students from where it was last year. So we've seen more families enrolling their children in the school, and to me, that's a good sign that they see that reform is underway and that there's positive change afoot.
Dr. Good, issue 51 here quickly while we have a moment here. An auditor is credited for uncovering the data rigging that was going on. So a second auditor, some people are saying it's unnecessary, but you had positive results with one. What's the theory behind that?
I think it's important that we have an outside perspective on all the operations, not only of the district, but of any entity that will receive funds from this levy.
I got to ask Dr. Good, what happens if both these issues do not pass? What will happen to the students?
We're optimistic at this point that the issues will pass. We believe this community wants the best for their children, and this is a way to make our schools #1 in the capital city.
All right. Well, Dr. Good, we appreciate your time this morning as we sit 24 hours before those polls open here in Central Ohio.
And of course, voters will be taking up the key issues all throughout Central Ohio. And as they go to the polls tomorrow, you can get a complete list on 10tv.com/votersguide, the place to be for that. We thank Dr. Good for your time here this morning.